Hey everybody, it's Nicole from 'Cause We Love to Scrap, and today I'm going to be bringing you a page that I made using a bunch of little bits from Shadnee's Decorating Memories Etsy shop. This is the layout that I am bringing you. First, I knew I wanted to use these leaves. I'm using also the January limited edition kit from my creative scrapbook, and of course it's always really botanical and flowery and just all kinds of yumminess. So I wanted to go ahead and use these, but I wanted to use them in a different way than just using them as wood veneers. So I am going to, as you can see here, I am going to emboss them with white embossing powder, and then I'm going to get, I'm going to do that with 4 of them, and then I'm going to emboss 4 of the green ones. So, putting my embossing powder away, and I'm going to heat these up, and then these are going to be finished right now. So those are done. I'm just going to move those over to the side, and then I'm going to start going through the kit, and these are the pictures I'm working with. So I'm going to go through this kit here. I'm going to pull the embellishments to the side because those always come last anyway, and I'm going to look for the papers that I'm going to use on this. And this sheet is absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to use it somehow, either on the bottom or the top. I'm going to do a little ripped piece at the top, and then about 2/3 of the paper left at the bottom. So I'm just going through looking at what I want to put where, and I'm still looking. I finally find this one, this wood grain. It is from 49 Market. The top one is from Simple Stories, and those two I thought went fabulous together. So I pack up all of this stuff, and then I put it back in its little sleeve and put those away to the side. And I am going to use this beautiful green paper at the top of the layout, and then the wood grain at the bottom. I'm going to cut off a little bit that I know that I do not need. And I'm going to cut off the branding strips from both pages. There we go. And then I decide the 49 Market one had a full design. So I'm going to use that just right under, not all the way across, just peeking out. I thought it was a good addition right there. So I'm going to use that there, and I am going to go ahead and build this page now. So now I get my photos, and I have one photo. And raise your hand if this has ever happened to you. I lost my other photo. I am going nuts looking for it. I'm like, it was right here. Where could it be? Is it under here? Is it under there? I pull out my limited edition kit again, and I start going through all the papers, and between the last and the second to the last paper, I do find my photo. So yeah, it got stuck in my kit, and there it is, and now I can put this stuff away again. So now I'm just gonna see where I want them. I didn't want them like right in the middle, like that's just too symmetrical for me. So I'm gonna put them over to the left a little, and I thought about roughing up the edges of that paper, but I really liked the white torn look that was coming through, so I left those down. And then Love You is going to be my title. That is also from Shadnee, and I decide that I can't talk. I decide my pictures need a matte. Whew, I forgot what that was called. And I pull out some dark green close to my heart paper that I have to matte those, and it winds up being the perfect color for it because there is dark green in the paper. And of course the dark green of the leaves that I just embossed are there as well. They're not exactly the same, but they match enough. And so that darkness is just gonna pop right off the page for those mattes. And so I really like the way that those turned out. I did crop one a little bit too large, so I did have to go ahead and trim it. But then off camera right now, what I was doing was using my edge distresser and just roughing up those edges of the green paper. And now I'm going to go ahead and put them on my page so that they do not move. They are down where I want them. They look perfect. There we go. So instinctively I start grabbing for these, but then I'm like, well, I got to put some flowers on here first. So I start going through all of these little bits from my kit first, and I find this frame that I had already torn up, thinking I would use it somewhere else, and I do use it here. I just take off those really long legs they were on, and decide that they kind of get lost in the background, so I'm going to use some bundled sage distress ink and just go around the edges, and it really made them pop out a bit more from the background itself. Love the way it turned out. I just put some glue on the tips of the edges. This one, I don't know, I decided I needed to rough it up a bit, and I did, and I didn't. Now I'm going to bring in the leaves and flowers from the kit. I know I want a bit of a bigger cluster down here at the bottom of the page, and then I wanted a smaller one up at the top of the page. And I just start pulling stuff, layering stuff. I do bring in those cream colored flowers, but since my white leaves are very bright white, I decide not to go with anything from that color range, and I just stick with the green colored flowers and stems and leaves. So I'll let you watch as I build that up, and then well, it looks like I'm going pretty fast in this video. I don't remember going this fast in real life. So yeah, I know I put another leaf down there as well, just to make it a little bit longer. And then I start adding these leaves from Shadnee's shop that embossed. And then I'm going to grab some little flowers from her shop. Now they come in a lot of different colors, but I'm just gonna pull the pinkish, purplish colored ones because I want to add some pink in here. So, oh, I forgot, I grabbed these dots. They came in my kit. Really anywhere on the page would have looked great, I feel like. I do wind up putting them near my clusters, but everywhere I put them, I thought they looked pretty good, so it wasn't too bad. I do bring in some pink from those tickets as well. As you can see, I'm just messing around with them. That's where I wind up settling with them. I keep coming back with this ribbon on some of my layouts and decide to go against it since I really don't have anything coming out horizontally from my photos. I can't put the love you the way it was because of my clusters, so I'm going to move it to the top like that. And I wind up loving where I put my title as well. Let's see. Oh yes, these are new in the shop. They're little wood veneer roses, and I wanted to scatter those in with my clusters. So that's what I wind up doing there. And this heart came with the Love You title, so I'm going to find a place for that as well. Here we go with the flowers that I was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and add those. As you can see, just clustered in, adding a little tiny pop of pink. And these pictures are of my daughter. She got, this was on Christmas Day. She got from Santa a book on how to draw cute things. And so she grabbed her, what do you call it? Sketchbook. Gosh, I have brain fog today. She grabbed her sketchbook and just decided she needed to draw those cute things right away. So she had a whole page full of cute things by the end of the day, and they were very cute. So I do journal that, of course. And I thought the perfect place was down here. I just hand draw my lines. I don't use one of those T rulers. To me, it doesn't need to be straight. It just needs to be on there. And then, let's see. After my journaling, I think that I add, some doodle lines just on the wood grain. So I draw a line and then I add some dots in between some spaces. And I just do that around the wood paper. Now I am gonna start bringing these little half-back pearls. They're teeny tiny, but before I do that, I am going to grab some black watercolor, water it down, of course, and then I'm going to splatter in my cluster areas and around my journaling. So you'll see me do that here. By the way, everything is stuck down. I just glued that down with art glitter glue, and I did that off camera. Same thing with Love You. I popped that up on some pop dots and put that down as well off camera. And then here I'm gonna go in. I start to play with these, thinking where am I gonna put these? Am I gonna just scatter them in the with the flowers, or am I gonna put them on the outside in like clusters of 3? And eventually I just decide I'm going to scatter them in with the flowers. That way it's just one extra thing that you have to look for in my page. It's like a surprise to your eye when you find them. But I think that they're cute, and they add just that little, that just that little thing that's fun. And so again, I am going to glue these down off camera, and I'm just going to show you the placement of them as I do it. And I'm pretty sure that's the end of it. Let's see. So yes, this was the finishing touch to my layout. I'm going to leave you with some close-ups. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. That will really help me out. Thank you so much for watching today. Until next time.